online?
Online. That's all right. That's all right.
Okay, so did he show you what to do with the candle?
Casey?
Casey, do you know what to do with the candle?
Christmas, Charlie Brown. Oh, wait, we've got props. Okay. We're doing props, people. Okay. I don't have a scarf, but, you know, there, that's working, isn't it? Okay, good. Let's kick it up, baby.
Happy holidays, everybody! Woohoo! Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Throw the ancient Yuletide carol, la 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 la. See the blazing UV forest, la 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 la. Strike the harp and join the chorus, la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, la 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 la. Fast away the old year passes, la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses, la 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 la. Sing we joyous all together, la 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. Of holly, la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. All the ancient Yuletime carol, la 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 la. La 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 la.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek. My name is Bob Hardy. I'm glad you're here. Weathered the storm. Way to go. Thank you for the fun opening. It's just in the spirit. Go ahead.
My name is Diane Hardy, and welcome to our service. Please join me in turning to the camera, waving at the folks at home. Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we're grateful to have you here today. Thank you for joining us.
We are delighted to welcome Narayan and Janet as our featured artists this morning, of course. Yes. You're invited to greet them on the patio after service, check out their music, ask them all kinds of questions, etc., etc. Okay. Talia's got some questions. All right, good.
Like, I want to know where they hide the bass player and the drummer. This morning, Reverend Kristen continues the Season of Light series. Today, we journey into infinite love. As we begin, I invite you to turn your cell phones to silent as we enjoy this sacred service together.
So let's first take a moment to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. This is Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Yukot's land. We honor its ancestry, and we are grateful for those who came before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and, of course, Mother Earth.
Let's continue to ground by affirming our unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
And our mission is who we have come here to be. We can share this together as well. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
If you are with us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for braving the storm to come out and be with us today. If you're joining us for the first time online, you're welcome just as well. If you want to be acknowledged, feel free to let us know if this is your first time.
All right, welcome.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad to have you here today. After the service, consider visiting our bookstore. It's across the patio to receive a welcome packet and a gift. If you want help in receiving this, just help in receiving the gift, but help with being a receiver in general, just let an usher know. We hope you'll choose to stay and meet some of us after the service.
All right, and there are connection cards that are available in the newcomer welcome packet, of course, and in the seat pockets in front of you for those of you who are here. These are for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You can also request more information and submit feedback. If you fill out the cards here today, feel free to put them into the offering basket. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of the Unity of Walnut Creek website.
And please consider comfort levels when greeting one another before and after services, with namaste bows, elbow bumps, and handshakes. And we welcome you to socialize after the service.
Our campus is now open for on-site classes and groups. Masks must be worn indoors. Please wear your mask properly over your nose and below your chin, and masking outdoors is optional. As we move into December, we have lots of holiday activities to tell you about and events for you to participate in this season.
That's right, there are lots. This first one, that's next Friday evening, December the 17th, for a winter solstice celebration ritual, as we invoke the energy of the owl and honor the magic of the dark and return of the light. Plan to meet at the Unity Labyrinth, which is right outside here, at 6:30 on Friday the 17th.
Unity has several opportunities for holiday giving. We are collecting food for the Contra Costa Food Bank and items for the homeless who are served by the Monument Crisis Center. We have lists of items that are needed and receptacles where you can place them in the foyer.
We are also collecting teddy bears. As you can see, all the teddy bears here on the stage. Some new ones came in this morning to bring comfort to children in need. Purchase a teddy bear in the bookstore or through our website. The bears will be in the sanctuary during our Sunday services, soaking up our love before, and they are delivered to children and family services in Pleasant Hill. Now I'd like to invite up Mr. Tyler.
Hey,
The one and only.
I can use this. Do you have your tickets yet? Yes. Daniel Nahmod is coming. Yeah, it's very exciting. Amazing New Thought artist Daniel Nahmod, who lives in Southern California and is only coming up here in the north once this whole season, is coming here to spend the whole Sunday with us. He's going to do service music that morning, but the concert is at 2 o'clock, so you can just grab some lunch and come back here in the sanctuary. And if you don't remember Daniel, you will when you hear some of his songs. We sing them all the time. My Soul is Welcome Here, and I Can't Help It, God Makes Me Want to Sing, and all, just so many great songs that we all love. And it's very simple. Daniel will just be here on stage sharing his music with us. You need to get your tickets in the bookstore, or if you're watching online, there's a link on the homepage. You can quickly order those, but we look forward to seeing you next Sunday, 2 p.m. Be here.
Well, thank you, Tyler. I'm excited. All right. It's hard to believe that Christmas Eve is just 12 days away. Our beautiful candlelight service features Christmas carols, sacred music, and creative and metaphysical enactment of the Christmas story. This will be a joy-filled holy night you won't want to miss. Registration is required on our website. I know Diane's been working very hard on this.
Well, everyone has been,
Yes.
and
One of the team.
it's going to be nice to have it in person this year again. Mark your calendars to join us for New Year's Eve for our annual Burning Bowl ceremony. Release concerns and old patterns that hold you back. And set your heart ablaze with zeal and the promise of a wonderful year ahead.
See our website for a full listing of all of our events, in person or online. If you're not receiving our weekly e-news, use the connection card link on the live web page and click sign on.
Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., you can discuss our Sunday messages or more topics that are on your mind with our spiritual community. So connect with us on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. at the weekly Spiritual Growth Circle. Yeah. The meetings are currently hosted online via Zoom. Thank goodness we haven't lost Zoom altogether.
She loves Zoom. As we prepare to light the Advent candles, please join me in taking a conscious breath. Just breathe in and sit just a moment and affirm our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. So it is.
So today, lighting our Advent candle and sharing the message of love is the father-daughter duo, Dimitri Doronkin, one of our board members, and our all-star volunteer, his daughter Casey Dorinkina.
This reading is adapted A Christmas to Remember article by Reverend Elizabeth Longo.
'Tis the season to open your hearts and minds to the energy of love. In the twinkle of an eye, love will make all things new and bring wonder and curiosity to your heart.
God love is at the very core of our being, the reason for all existent. At any moment, love can heal and renew our spirits. When we feel lonely and unloved, we can immerse ourselves in this healing energy, which is unconditional and ever-present.
Love can be disordered when it is hijacked by personality. We might believe that someone or something is responsible for our happiness. We might create a story that someday we'll be loved when we find our soulmate.
Instead, let divine love into your life and experience the miracle of its harmonizing, unifying power. Turn on the light of love every day and raise your vibration. Create a bonfire of love in your heart and let it shine forth to the world. And now we light the Advent candle of love.
So we invite you to flow from here with us into meditation.
Oh, beloved divine mother. Oh, beloved divine mother. Your light is shining. Your light is shining. Oh, beloved divine mother. Oh, beloved divine mother. Your light is your light shine. You are 1,000 moons. You are 1,000 suns. You are 1,000,000 stars. You light up my soul. Beloved divine mother,
Let us breathe in that energy. That beloved Divine Mother, love itself. Letting it wash through us as if the ocean of love is washing over us as it kisses the shore. Let this love rise up from within us like the rising sun, ever more visible as it comes above the horizon, warming us from the inside out. Let us feel those 1,000 moons of light, the twinkling stars of night, shining love down upon us. And right here within our own hearts, let us open the windows and let in the love and let out the love. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. And syncing our breath with that flow of divine love. Let's bathe ourselves in it as it arises up from within us, shines down upon us, cascades through us. Love. We enter love now in the silence. So with every breath, we make it a conscious flowing with the divine, the love that moves through us, that is given and received just as the breath is given and received so freely, so fully, so beneficially. We expand our love as we have filled ourselves just now out beyond us. We see our love touching those who are dealing with storms right now throughout the Midwest and eastern and southern U.S. We see our love moving through the world, touching the hearts of children. Love finding a way to fill bellies and bring clean water and warm shelter to those who are seeking it. We give thanks for the love that connects one heart to another in this season of divine light. It reminds us that we are not alone, that we lift up each other by allowing this power of love to move through us. And so with every breath, a little gift of love, breathed in, given to ourselves, breathed out, given to the world. And so it is.
Oh, beloved divine Mother, you fill my soul. I'm verklempt. Yeah. We wrote 2 Christmas songs. This is one of them. It just came out. It's the birth of my love, the birth of my soul, the birth of a diamond from a piece of coal. It's an opening heart from a baby's smile, the love and joy wrapped around this child. Once upon a time, on a planet called Earth, the power of love gave us a baby's birth. Shower us with light, be our loving guide, and show us that we got the same love inside. It's the birth of our love, the birth of my soul, the birth of a diamond from a piece of coal. It's an opening heart, a baby's smile, the love and joy wrapped around this child. You know, whenever I feel a little disconnect, I know I'm on track for a big train wreck. I call upon the love, the power and the grace. That train left the station without a trace. Love one another, that's what he came to say. Meditate at night and keep it going all day. Brother, keep the faith. Sister, keep the attitude. It's a holy child's birth and it can be yours. It's the birth of our love, yeah. The birth of my soul, the birth of a diamond from a piece of coal. It's an opening heart, a baby smile, love and joy wrapped around this child.
the love and joy wrapped around this child.
Wasn't that cool? I know. It just came right through. Thank you, God.
A New Thought jazz Christmas song. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Infinite love. Infinite love. That's what that is, right? That song, what we're about, what we are gathered for. That's the love that lives inside of us, the love that we live inside, that creates music through us, that creates everything through us, right? Yeah, the love that heals, the love that soothes, the love that calms, the love that lifts us up. It's good stuff. Let's just bathe in it. Let's just bask in it, right? Okay, time to go. It's so true. This is unity, right? Love is unity. You know, when somebody asks you if you've been in unity for a while, what's unity about? You know, we all kind of go, oh, wow, how do I encapsulate this? Let me see. What can I say? And then, you know, I think probably 10 out of 10 of us say, it's about love. Is it true? Do you say that? Yeah, because at its essence, that's what it is. That's what we're about, because we are about getting to the essence that lives inside of us, getting to the essence that we live inside, and that is love. And I love, by the way, that we have baby sounds. So welcome. Thank you both for being with us. It was a plant. Oh, man. Merriam-Webster's dictionary says the word infinite means endless. It means limitless. It means limitless or endless space or extent. It means that there's no limit on the size, that it just goes on and on forever, right? That it is impossible to measure. This is love. This is divine love. This is the way we understand it, that it is this infinite presence, this infinite power, this infinite thing that fills our lives, that we all wish for and desire and open to and experience and relish and give thanks for. That's love, right? And we forget. And we have times we aren't feeling the love so much, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about what we do to do that and what we do to get back in. Because when we get out of the way, love will lead us. When we get out of the way, love will lead us and surprise maybe all of us, even in situations that are full of fear and hate or violence. Jack Kornfield tells this story about something that happened in World War II that demonstrates that point. So during World War II, the American troops were chasing the German troops up the Italian peninsula. And the Germans were blowing up everything in their wake, right? To throw them off, to keep them away, to keep safe. And they came to this one place that was immediately recognized as very sacred. And they just couldn't find it in their hearts to blow this thing up. It's the Ponte Vecchio, the bridge over the Arno River in Florence. It's the bridge where 650 years before that time, the 13th century Italian poet named Dante was inspired to write the Divine Comedy. And he was inspired to write that because he fell in love on that bridge. He stood at that foot of that bridge and he saw a woman named Beatrice who he said was so beautiful that he instantly felt the soul connection and fell in love with her. And then, unfortunately, Beatrice died of the plague shortly after, so he was never able to fulfill the connection of that love, and she became his lifelong muse. So all that creativity that poured forth from him, he said, was a part of this moment of love. And so no matter the nationality, all the people who knew about this bridge could not bear the idea of having it destroyed. is love itself, right? It's where love happened. It's where creativity flowed from this love. It's historic and beautiful in and of itself. And so the Germans actually radioed the American commander and said, look, if you don't cross Ponte Vecchio, we won't blow it up. And the promise held. The Germans did not blow it up, and not one American troop or any piece of equipment crossed it. That's the power of love. Even in the midst of war, even in our darkest places, even in the most dismal spots of humanity, that love lives and breathes and has its way with us. If you asked any of us, I bet, right before that, will that bridge be spared in the midst of war, I bet most of us would say no way. But that impossibility, that overcoming, that is love. That is that infinite power of love. So when we say it can't or it won't or it's not possible, let's shift our thinking and remember to the power of love. It is possible. It can. It will, if only we get out of the way. That's what blocks the love, right? Is our own mental states, our own lack of spiritual fitness. And so it is working that muscle so that we can remember this truth and stand in this truth and allow this truth and move with this truth. That is the power of love that wants to touch every corner of this planet. And it can and it will if we let it. It's our choice, always, right? We're always in a choice place. So love cannot be contained by any steely kind of fence that we might imagine something like war to be, or anything else where there is a deep sense of clash or conflict, where there is a sense of weapons present, whether they be actual weapons or use of our hearts or our minds in such a way. Martin Luther King Jr. said this, I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word. When you think about Martin Luther King's world and what he lived in and what he was trying to bring forth, the power of that statement, I believe that unarmed truth, that unconditional love will have the final word. I believe that too. Do you? Yeah. That it is about laying down the weapons, opening up the heart, opening up the mind, trusting, allowing. Finding safety in God, finding safety in love. So love disarms us and it opens up that limitless flow. And if I could just bottle one little message, and say like, this is the one message I'd like to give, it would be this, about the immeasurable power of love, about the fact that we cannot escape love, that it's there it's everywhere present, and despite whatever gymnastics or antics we might do, we cannot escape it. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be with us because we are made of love. It is our essence. It is our truth. So this is it. And not to say that we would consciously set out to avoid love, right? Who does that? But there's all the hurt and the things that happen that cause us to, of course, try to, in the name of what we think might be safer, close down. But if we could know that love cannot be separated from us, if we could really know this message, if we could really live and walk and breathe this message, how different life can be, how much more expansive the good in life can be, the multiplied blessings can be for all. Because we know that when we're hurting, love heals. We know that when we're angry, love soothes or calms. When we're sad, love soothes, encourages, uplifts, that it's there for us in all these different ways. We are made in the image and the likeness of God, so we are made in the image and the likeness of love. We're it. I look in the mirror next time and go, I'm it. This is it, God. This is it, earth. I'm the love. And what will I do today to be more of it, to share more of it, to step in, to embody the essence of who I've come here to be? But we forget, don't we? We just keep forgetting. We forget when we are in a place of fear. You know what fear stands for, right? Somebody knows. Yes, false evidence appearing real. If you've never heard that before, that's the acronym. And the thing is that when we go back to that, we recognize that so often we are hanging our hats on the false evidence we have created, and then, of course, making it worse by the thoughts we have that fuel that fire. If instead we can realize and remind ourselves, fear is present, and that is false evidence appearing real. Now, fear, of course, sometimes is a very necessary thing in our human life, right? If there was a big hole in the pavement and I was about to step into it, I would go, oh, and that would be a good thing. So there are certain things that, it does help guide us, but we let it guide us way too much is the problem, you see. And we let it get carried away into all these different nooks and crannies of our lives and our relationships. And that's what we want to stop. That's what we want to pay attention to. So this idea of false evidence appearing real is that false evidence then drains all our energy, right? Because we're so caught up in that. We're putting all our energy in that. We're spinning on that. And instead, if we remember, like Mark Twain reminded us, I'm an old man who has known a great many troubles, most of which never happened. Right? So all that storytelling that we do in our minds, most of it's never going to happen. Maybe we could just stop ourselves in the tracks of that and say, you know what? I'm not going to go over that bridge of fear, because it's probably not all going to happen, the stuff I'm thinking of. Instead, I'm going to go over the bridge of love. Instead, I'm going to make that choice. Fear is just resistant energy. Fear is just the armor that we put on, the defenses that we put up. And when we get more spiritually fit, we just do the work that we all know well to do, we become more aware of our thoughts. We become more aware of what is present. We become more aware that there is love present here. A lot of times we think of hate as the opposite of love, but of course, it's not just hate, right? Because as spiritual beings, we know we need to go deeper than that. What's at the root of hate? Fear, right? Fear is at its root. So we go to the root, right? That's where the healing happens, is at the root. And so the antidote, of course, to fear is love. That's how we heal. If you think about all the things that are happening in our world, when we, I know our hearts break when we hear about the school shootings and I'll just, I won't name all this stuff because I don't even want to bring that energy in here. But what I want to bring in here is the tools for us to deal with it in such a way that we can bring forth more love, that we can birth this love into the world, that we can bring forth the love that you just talked about, that is Christmas. That is the truth of what Christmas is all about. That is stepping into our truth and bringing that in. So when we are facing these things, to not just go, oh, that's hate. Yes, we want to denounce the hate. We want to speak no to the hate. We want to say, not on our watch. This isn't happening for sure. But we don't stop there. Then we go to the root and go, what's going on with this fear? How can I pour my love antidote onto this fear and help raise up those who are hurting? Because behind those kinds of horrible, tragic acts is an inner child that is screaming for help. And it is through our love that we might give the help that is needed and save a lot of lives in so doing. So it is through this power, we can't get through it. Just to belabor this analogy one more time, we can't get rid of the weeds unless we pull them up by the roots, right? And so I to give you a lot of these analogies and hope that throughout your week you might remember or think and look at the weeds and go, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that we see in our daily lives that we might, as we're pulling those, oh yeah, look at this. Look at me. I'm pulling up the fear. I'm getting rid of the fear in the world. I'm giving Mother Earth the blessing of love that she deserves, right? So it's that kind of consciousness that we bring into our everyday acts that makes a difference. It makes a far bigger difference, I think, than we might ever know. The moments that, Felicia McBarton, our ministerial assistant, she waters all the plants here, but she doesn't just water the plants. She's like their fairy godmother. She talks to the plants. She loves on the plants. I watch her, and there's just this reverie of love and communication going on. And so they just kind of stand up and spread out, and go, oh, Felicia's here to love on me, you know? She's not just dumping water on them. It's that, right? It's how we show up. It's how we do what it is that we do. Most of the time, it's easy for us to love those who love us back, right? But what about what Jesus called us to? Love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. Pray for those who persecute others. Love those who persecute others, right? That's the call. That's the call of Christmas. It's a high calling. It's not just, oh yeah, we all sing songs and we feel good. And it is that. But it's also the high spiritual calling. So year after year, we get the opportunity to say, again, I step into this high calling of Christmas. I step into this idea of a Christ in me, a Spirit in me that is all loving, that is universal good, that is constantly flowing love. And I say yes to that. I say yes to being that. I say yes to God. I say yes, show me the way to be the love in the world. Show me the way to allow love to permeate my being wherever I go and to lift me up in turn, because automatically we are blessed in turn by that which we agree to say yes to be the love in action, to be in sacred service in the world. Yes, right? Mother Teresa used to say, her work was loving Christ in all his distressing disguises. It's just so beautiful, right? You think about we don't even know the half of what that woman went through, right? To do the kind of devoted work that she did. But that's the way she always saw it. I read once that she heard the call, she spoke, or she received communication from the way that she would say it. She received communication from Jesus Christ, and then never heard another word, and off she went to India for the rest of her life based on that single call. And that's what she did for the rest of her life, just loving Christ in all his distressing disguises. Yeah. One of the reasons why we close down, I think, or keep the doors tight in love is because we're afraid of losing, right? We're afraid of the pain. We don't want to suffer the loss. We don't want to go through the hurt. But as Alfred Lord Tennyson once said, it is better, tis, I think he said, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. And we all know that, right? We all know that from our experiences, that when we lose, when we grieve, it is an act of loving. And only that, and only more love, and only a new way of experiencing. Love makes us stronger, and sometimes we think that love will break us. But it's not possible, right? It's only the heart breaking open wider to allow more love. So where we feel that resistance, we can just relax into it and realize, the mother love is having its way with me again, opening me further so that I can be a greater channel for this love in the world. Maybe you've had those feelings before. You've loved somebody so much, and then you have that thought that comes right afterwards. Oh my gosh, what if they die? What if I lose them? Do you ever have that feeling? That worry? Yeah, of course. Of course we do. It's a testimony to how much we love, how big we love, how intensely we love, how courageously we love. And yeah, those people will probably move on too, and we will get through it, right? How many people have moved through a loss? And they're still here, and you're still living and breathing and loving, right? Yeah, of course. That's life, and it's hard. There's no doubt of that. So, but love transcends everything, even bodily death, right? There is always that presence of love, that heart connection. It is always there. It is always present. That person cannot be gone from us, just as God cannot be gone from us. The divine energy cannot be gone from us. The love cannot be gone from us. It is always here. It is always available to be tapped. And if we're all stuck up in our head saying, no way, just remember this journey from head to heart is only 18 inches. It's a pretty easy journey. Just drop in and then allow, right? Just breathe into it. Just allow. Romans 8:38 says, neither death nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God. So often we are misguided in love we get confused between the channels, the many different ways in which love can come to us and we can love out, and the source of our love. We get confused and we think the channel is the source. And so then, of course, when something's going on with the channel, we think, oh my God, my whole source of love is leaving. But of course, that's just because we've got the two things swapped. And so if we then breathe into that and remember, the ever-loving, all-knowing presence of God is my source of love, and it never ends, and there are a bazillion different channels of ways in which I can receive and give love. And we move into that space, then we can relax into that truth and let the love then flow once again. We miss love's presence when we think, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to miss this, or we pine for something or someone who has left our lives who we have loved, right? If we focus there, then it's a choice. Yeah, we can choose to focus there, but how fun is that? How happy is that, right? We're probably going to be miserable in that space. So at some point, if we can open ourselves to this truth of the true source of our love, we will be opened once again to the many channels that have been standing at the door, waiting to love us. We just couldn't see because we shut it out. Have you ever experienced chasing a small child around and saying, I'm going to get you? It is like the most joyful, squealing kind of experience, right? They love that. It's universal, it seems. Every child I've ever done this to, that usually I have a little bit of rapport with, I don't just walk around doing it to children, but otherwise it could put us right in the camp of fear, right? But, it's like somebody they love, right? Or somebody they know and play as love for children often anyway. So you're playing with them in this way. Love is chasing them and saying, I'm going to get you. And then, they give in to be tackled and kissed and hugged and touched and held and laughed with. I mean, what greater thing is there, right? So if we can only become like children, as we were beckoned to do, right? If we become like children, then we enter this kingdom of heaven. We enter this kingdom of love. If we become like children and we remember this truth, love is chasing you. Love is playing a game of chase with you all the time. And so if you just remember, then you begin to squeal with laughter and recognize that once love gets you, once love tackles you, love is just going to kiss you and hug you and love you and hold you up and tell you how much it loves you. So play the game. That's the game of love. Not that other one we hear about all the time, right? About, lamenting my lot, he, she, they don't love me, Actually, I have a friend that had an experience of that because, it is about courageous vulnerability, love is, about being honest about how we feel. And my friend went out on a date. It was going to be the second date. With this woman named Milan, and my friend, her name is Annette, said, I don't know if she likes me, and I'm really nervous because I really, really, really like her. And at the end of the second date, Milan said, I love you, and I will always love you so very much, whether you love me back or not. I mean, that's just like, right? Let me just tell you the truth, to be courageous and vulnerable with the love I am feeling right now. And to know this, that it's okay if you don't return it. That's how divine love loves us, right? That I can't stop it. The love just moves through me. It's here, I'm feeling it, and nothing is going to stop it, even you not returning it back to me in a romantic scenario. That's powerful. And that willingness to be courageous in such a way, to be courageously vulnerable, is a part of what we are called to do in bringing forth this love and being this love. Mastering love, it's a tough thing to do, isn't it? I mean, it's not tough to do. It's a lifetime's work, really. It's a thing that we say, if you're looking for your purpose in life and you're still kind of flummoxed about that, just make it mastering love. I mean, that'll keep you busy. If you believe in reincarnation, probably for many lifetimes to come, right? Because when we master love, we deepen our understanding. When we master love, we just keep on opening. We keep on dealing with and dancing with the fear and the resistance and all this stuff, but becoming more and more skillful, honing our skills at this, honing our ability to more quickly move into the abundant presence that is love, and to use it and to allow it to move through us. Maya Angelou says, love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, it leaps fences, it penetrates walls to arrive at its destination. It cannot be walled in, it cannot be fenced. I can't say it enough because we forget and we keep building fences and walls. But to remember that truth. So we can love then when it's challenging, like Mother Teresa. We can love when in this way that is courageous vulnerability. That Latin word for courage is cor, which means heart. So courage is it's a process of the heart, right? Like my friend's date, Milan. I will love you no matter what in return. That's what love says to us over and over again. And I'm going to get you. That too. Kate Wolf sang, give yourself to love if love is what you're after. Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, now Tyler's going to be singing it all day. I've been singing it a lot in my head too. I understand. We can ask ourselves in any given situation, allow this guiding question to be ours, to hold it, to be our practical spiritual work. Am I helping or hindering love right now? Ask yourself that in any situation. When something gets tough, when something is flowing, whatever it may be, just stop for a moment throughout your day, maybe set your alarm like Louise did with the gratitude. And when it goes off, just ask yourself, am I helping love or hindering love's flow right now? Because our work, of course, is to help it. And if we are hindering, then we can adjust accordingly and become, once again, love's helper. It's so simple, right? When we allow the generous flow of love to move through us and to move as us, we bless ourselves, we bless the direct recipient of our love, and we bless the world with a greater balance of love given over to it. So every time we have an act of love, a thought of love, that is what we're doing. We're blessing the world in addition to the one that we think we are blessing, the person who is the recipient or the being, the sentient being that is the recipient, because that is part of our love too, isn't it? So let's keep loving, right? That's a key takeaway step. Let's just keep on loving. And as we keep on loving, we'll love through the challenging times. We'll love through the times of loss. We'll love in the face of hate if we keep on loving. When we keep on loving, we can keep our hearts in this willingness to be vulnerable, with this kind of courage to speak the truth, to be the truth, and to remember always the true source of our love, that endless, infinite space of love that is available to us to tap at any time. Let's help, not hinder, divine love's flow. So let's know this truth together. Let's speak it. Let's know it in our bones and the cells of our hearts. Let's really let it take hold so we can breathe it and live it and walk it and be it together. Let's say it together. I am flowing through life in infinite love. And so it is.
Thank you so much for your message. It occurs to me that our capacity to allow love in is sometimes throttled because we're worried about how powerful it actually will be to experience. And I noticed from Kristen's body language that so much of what she was talking about love was this kind of activity. Perhaps we could test a theory that our generosity and the magnitude of our generosity increases our capacity to experience greater love.
That's a theory. Very nice.
We can test that out at the offering, which is coming up shortly.
Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you are a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. They're wearing the lavender stoles. Thank you, Susan. And I have Eileen. Thank you for being here this morning.
Whether you have a joy or concern on your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now let's open our hearts to the practice of giving, and I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
For your convenience, there's a variety of ways to financially give to this community. Your presence here is actually just a gift, so thank you
Absolutely.
for that. In addition to checks and cash, you can download the Give app, use credit or debit card envelopes that are on the clipboard in the seat pocket of the chair in front of you, or you can set up bill pay through your bank. Those of you at home can click on the Donate button on the Watch Live page of the Unity of Walnut Creek website.
And with that, I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand. Repeat our affirmation with me together.
Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful. So it is.
So I think they should go on a third date. Sounds like it's going to happen.
And give gratitude in all kinds of weather. When I think of thanking you, it makes me smile. When I'm loving you, I'm thankful all the while. No more judgment, fear, or shame when I let burn bright me my gratitude flame. Yeah, my gratitude flame. Thank you,
and I bless you for loving me.
Loving me, loving me.
I got power, grace,
wisdom, faith.
I hold the whole world in my arms. Feel my embrace.
with love, with love and appreciation. With love, with love, with love.
That was for our Rev.
A lot of new music. Was this new? Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Love is making its way through your music. No surprise there. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for the abundance of love in this room that is connected to all the people that all of us in this room are connected to, that is connected to all the people that are connected, and the life, right? And the love that flows, and these gifts that represent that love, and our abundance, and our continued ministry. Thank you for your gifts. Let's bless it. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. Just another quick reminder, you can get your tickets to Daniel Nahmod right across the patio in the bookstore. You won't want to miss him next week. Pardon me? And bears are still for sale as well. So let's bless our children who are meeting, just wrapping up their time together right now too. Together, children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. And together, let's speak our prayer. Oh, I'm sorry, let's sing our... Let's sing our peace song, shall we? I got thrown because you weren't here yet. Okay.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You are the light and the love and the peace on earth right now. So let your light shine. Have fun and spread joy.
This wasn't last